We're planting trees to restore an ancient woodland which has been planted with conifer, so we've thinned the conifer out, and there's been some tree planting done in the past, and we're replacing trees that have died and adding some new trees into the mix to try and change this from a conifer plantation into a more native woodland type. So the process is the volunteers come along and we can find, sometimes we're looking for natural regeneration, so that's trees that are already here that we can protect, and we use the tubes to stop them being eaten and browsed by deer and sheep that might get into the wood. So the volunteers will come along, and where we find natural regen, they'll protect that, and if there is no regen in the area that we want trees to grow, then we can get in and we can plant some extra trees in those spaces and try and thicken the woodland up. There's no real restrictions to where we can plant trees or spacing. The Forestry Commission makes recommendations depending on what you want your final use for the timber to be. So if you're wanting really high quality furniture grade timber, then you plant the trees quite close together so they grow up nice and straight, and you get nice straight logs out. On this site, it's not a site that's easy to access, so this is going to be much more a conservation woodland. So we're not so interested in timber quality, so we can have a wider spacing. So there'll be some places where we're perhaps 2 or 3 metres apart, and some places where it's wider apart. So it's a much more random, more natural effect. I think the community should be involved in the event because woodland is hugely important to the community. It provides habitat, it provides shelter, it often provides fuel. And these woodlands particularly, where they're growing next door to rivers, they're limiting loss of soils, so they're capturing soils being washed off the hills, and some of the other work that's been going on today that helps, things like repairing footpaths and managing drains, and they also capture phosphates and other chemicals which are bad news if they kind of get into the watercourses. So anything that supports woodland management is, as far as I'm concerned, it's a great thing to do.